Greetings, everyone. This is Maverine, and today on Prophetic News Hour 1, I want to address directly President of the United States, Donald Trump. On the calendar, the Gregorian calendar, today is May 4th, 2025. Biblically, this is the sixth day of the second month of the biblical year. President Trump, the posture and the optics of how you're operating now on the global stage is not okay. It's not righteous, and it's not a posture, nor are they optics that demonstrate the fight, fight commitment for what is best for the American people, and therefore for every freedom loving person and nation in the world. This is the first message that I've released because I've just, for these days, wanted to give time for more information to be released about the proposed multi-billion-dollar sale of arms and weaponry, advanced weaponry, to Saudi Arabia. I've wanted time for more information to be released about the reports that say that this anti-nuclear uranium enrichment agreement with Iran is any different than the one proposed by Barack Obama, which only worked to enrich and increase the threat of Iran against the world. And I've also wanted to give more time to see what is going on with the reports about your business dealings, the Trump organization business dealings continuing in places like Qatar. And unfortunately, all of these things are pointing to the idea, the optics, that the art of the deal is overwhelming your sense and your recognition for the reality that we are in an existential battle between good and evil. This is a battle even unlike Hitler's, because Hitler was a wicked leader who had amassed support in several European nations, and certainly he must have had support in places like in South America at that time. But the threat that we face now is a global daily threat for every human being, because the people who promulgate that threat, the people who represent that threat, the people committed to jihad and murder and mayhem and wickedness, have infiltrated every aspect of society. Yes, even here in America. And so the art of the deal, again, doesn't work with wickedness. The art of the deal doesn't work, as it has been said and was said by Winston Churchill, when your head is inside of the dragon's mouth. And I'm purposefully using the word dragon. So, President Donald Trump, we thank you for what you have attempted to do. And I call on you now, for those of us who are watching over nations and people and promises, and seeing those things being weakened by virtue of how it appears optically and through reports. You are negotiating with the idea of the art of the deal being the best way to negotiate with the works and the likes of dragons and demons and demonic sickles and crescents. Today, President Trump, I call on you to finish it. In every place where you have positioned America to attack and destroy terrorist organizations and groups, we fully know, you fully know, that America has the full capability still to finish it. This is the time to finish it. This is the time where allowing little pity pats, 50 here, 80 there, 100 here, 10 here, to be a warning, hopefully a deterrent for a radicalized multi-million army around the world to be deterred from their aggressions is not wise. It is not sufficient. We have to finish it. Enough is enough. As it was with the children of Israel, biblically, when God told them to finish the Amalekites, but they didn't. We're seeing the consequences, especially today. So rather than the optics of being friendly with ones who are talking out of both sides of their necks and playing America, right? They have to be more cunning than they were under the Democrats, Biden and Harris, because the Democrats support their wickedness overall. Even if you are a Democrat and you say that you don't support jihad and Islam and Jewish hatred and the death of Israel, by virtue of voting for ones who do, you supported it. So I say to you now, President Trump, now is not the time for optics to appear as if you are able, by virtue of your negotiation skill, your power, to be friendly with the wicked. There's a way that seems right to men, but in its end, it leads to death. Now is the time for you to go into your prayer closet. Now is the time for you to surround yourself with people who have been on the wall for decades and seek their wisdom. And then be strong and courageous in Jehovah, in Yeshua, and in the power of his might. And finish these battles rather than continuing to empower them, continue to encourage them. That's today's report. And this is an open message to President Donald Trump. Ones who have supported you are more than concerned. Ones who, like me, have prayed for you and sought to cover you are concerned. From where are you receiving wise and godly counsel? For all of you listening, again, it doesn't matter how you identify on the political spectrum. It doesn't matter what your ideology is unless yours is the idolatry of genocide toward Israel and Christians and all who don't bow to the name Allah. If that is your ideology, then you have to know that you will lose. No matter what happens in the earth, in the natural, you lose in the name of Yeshua. And for every one of the rest of us whose ideologies don't align with that of the Ottoman Empire, the Turks, the Islamists, the jihadists, the Muslims, the Quran, it's time for us to make a stand and to speak to those in power without ambiguity. We can pray for the president to do the right thing But we also must hold him accountable because he is not God. We are, every one of us, standing at the precipice of things that must happen. Yes, some things must happen. There are consequences for every choice. But there are some things that need not happen if the populace rises up and stands for what is truly righteous and what is truly good. I leave you with that today, and I will put some links in the description so that you'll know what it is I'm referencing when I'm talking about the appearance, the optics, that the art of the deal is more important than what President Trump has been called for this time to accomplish. Fight, fight, fight must be a righteous call, because if it is not, we all lose. Jew, Gentile, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green, Independent, unaffiliated, atheist, agnostic, without standing and righteousness being the foundation, we all lose. We'll talk soon, and I look forward to the next report. This is Maverine again for Prophetic News Hour 1. And I say, truly, open our eyes, open your eyes, and see the art of the war that is raging against freedom and liberty and righteousness and within the United States of America.